So, since everyone loved my recent video on Sparking Zero, I decided to do another one. You see, I did a lot of venting on that video and I didn't really have a lot of solutions. So, that's what I want to do here today. If you haven't seen the video in question, I'll put a link down in the description below. Now, I don't see the devs adding much more to Sparking Zero. There are only plans for 3 DLCs, and I doubt they will contain anything that will greatly enhance the quality of the game. So, we can only hope that changes will come in a possible sequel. It's been a while since I've done a list video, so this should be fun. I've picked out 5 major improvements that need to be included in the next Sparking Zero game. I only picked 5 because that goes with the thumbnail. The first thing would be the stages, obviously. We need more of them. Classic stages from previous games weren't even included, so we need stages like Muscle Tower, Kami's Lookout, Glacier, Mountain Road where Vegeta fought Android 18, and we also need some new ones from the anime and the movies. Beerus's Planet, which is a stage in the Great Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the Tournament of the Destroyers Arena, the Zeno Expo Tournament, a clean version of the Tournament of Power, Piccolo's house from Super Hero will make a nice stage, and of course, the new Red Ribbon Army base. They also need to make sure we get more exploding levels, and bring back stage transitions. I miss those. The next obvious one would be more characters. Aside from Kid Goku, there aren't any characters from Dragon Ball, and GT only really had the important characters, except for Super 17, who was excluded for unknown reasons. Was he not important to GT? I'm pretty sure he was. We also should get Legendary Super Saiyan 3 Broly and Hachiach back. Even Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta as an alternate skin for Daima Vegeta. That would be pretty cool. I would also like for Bandai Namco to try to get Toei to play ball and let characters from the Super manga into the game. I know there's a whole licensing thing that stops it, but please, Toei, let us fans be happy. Offline content was a massive issue with Sparking Zero that needs to be fixed in the next game, and the problem was not with the quantity, it was the quality. And custom battle is not a quality game mode. The UI was cumbersome, and relying on the community to provide endless content is not always a formula for success. The mode has potential, but it needs a lot of quality of life improvements. In the meantime, we need fun game modes that we can actually play. So I've come up with 2, one from a previous Dragon Ball game and another from an entirely different game. The first one is Galaxy Mode from Raging Blast 2, a terrible substitute for a story mode, but a fantastic idea for a challenge mode. In that game, each character had to complete challenges, some mimicking fights from the anime, and others gave you fun challenges like fighting multiple Cell Juniors with one stronger than the last one, or fighting a team of fighters while your health slowly decreases. This is a mode where you would unlock characters, skill items, and key art from the anime or manga. The other mode is called Treasure Battle from Tekken 7. Essentially, Treasure Battle was an endless survival mode where you could fight random enemies. The more you won, the harder the opponents became over time, and every few fights, a powerful boss opponent would show up. This is something I think a Sparking Zero sequel would benefit from, with the rewards being Zenny, a very special costume, titles for multiplayer, and you get enhanced versions of the characters if you beat the boss. Enhanced characters in Raging Blast 2 were just super strong versions of regular characters. These are extremely fun game modes and gives players a reason to not only try other characters, but rewards them for using them. And since we're talking about rewards, they need to add a ton of character customization options to the game. I'm talking about any outfit a character has worn in the anime or in the manga. Goku and Gohan Cell Games filler outfits, End of Z Vegeta's outfits, Android 17 from GT with that cool ass coat, and of course, Vegeta with the Bad Man shirt. It all needs to be in the game. Make some outfits like Saiyan armor, Jocko's Galactic Patrol uniform, and Yardrat armor available for all characters to wear. Let us change the color of clothing, and for the love of Beerus, give us some more accessories other than the halo and a scouter. The very last thing would be for them to improve the fighting mechanics in the game. Now, a lot of people pointed out to me some of the flaws in the gameplay, and I believe they are right, and I think the team will improve on those, but I personally think that Sparking Zero is too beginner friendly, and I think we can add some mechanics from the old games to make fighting more challenging. The funny part is all these come from Raging Blast 2, the star of this video, honestly. And some people consider the Raging Blast series to be the true successor to the Tenkaichi series. Well, that's between you guys and in the comments below. Now, one of my favorite things about combos in Raging Blast 2 is that when you get into Raging Soul mode, you have the chance to hit your opponent in such a way to end it with a ping pong like finish. This is something that every character can do, but it's up to the player to discover how to do it since each character's inputs for it are different. There are also input supers that were fun to use, a little bit clunky, but still nice. Counter supers were my favorite tools because it was a great defensive move when getting pressured. Crash moves were cool because they would pin your opponent to the wall, allowing you to hit them with free attacks. And lastly, tag team attacks. Do I really need to explain how having these back would just be amazing? If you don't remember, these moves could only be done when the opponent was near death, and if I recall, you had to have the characters involved on the team as well. These moves were longer than normal and would be callbacks to moments in the anime. Bringing these back will allow characters like Android 17 and Berta to have their own attacks, saving these tag team moves for when you have both characters on the team. Plus, with the Super Anime, we have a few more tag moves that could be added. But that's all I have for today. What kind of features would you want to see in a sequel to Sparking Zero? If I'm honest, if this stuff made it into the game, I'd consider buying it. No pre-orders though. We gotta stop doing that. Anyways, leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Give the video a like, subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.